Alrighty, so let's go ahead and talk about 30, 60, 90 triangles. Pretty easy, y'all. You're either going to have a 60, a 30, or in this example, both. You got to have at least one of those with a right angle symbol. So again, across from the right angle symbol, that's always going to be your hypotenuse. And, you know, if you kind of turn the page a little bit, these notes are all straightforward, but eventually these triangles are going to start rotating like it did here. So remember, your hypotenuse is always across. Okay, so here's the deal for 30, 60, 90. We still kind of have a little template here. But what this template is going to be, it is going to be x root 3, x, and then 2x. So here's how I kind of remember what's going on here. This is kind of dark. No, it's kind of light. Hang on just a moment. Let me adjust my contrast. There we go. So I remember that a root 3 symbol is always going to be involved in a 30, 60, 90. That starts with a 3, so I know a root 3 is going to be here somewhere. So how is this going to work? Pretty easy. The side that has the root 3 with it is going to be the side that has the 30-degree angle. So I know this is x root 3. The 30 is next to the x root 3. 3, 3, piece cake. And then remember, the hypotenuse is going to be the longest side. So the hypotenuse is going to be 2x. And then that leaves the shortest side, which is going to be the right angle symbol to the 60. And that is going to be just x. So if we look at this side right here, there's my 30 degrees. So I know this is x root 3. Because root 3 and 30, they both have a 3 in them. And then that's going to leave my hypotenuse as 2x. So, of course, that's going to be x right here. So, before we kind of jump into things, we're going to need a conversion. We're going to take root 3 and we're going to approximate it to a decimal. So let me go ahead and show that calculation. When we take the square root of 3, it's going to be 1.7320. So we're going to always use this decimal right here in all of our calculations. This is pretty important. So let's go ahead and make sure we write that down now. Okay. So let's go ahead and start solving. Examples. Find the values of the missing sides in the following 30, 60, 90 triangles. So guys, step 1, label sides. And remember, it is always x root 3 by the 30, x is by the 60, and then 2x is always the hypotenuse. And I'll just kind of remind myself that. Make sure you're writing this down. HYP, hypotenuse. Okay, well there's a 60-degree angle, so I know that's going to be plane X. Now if you notice, I don't have the other measure here. That's okay. If one of them's 60, then the other one has to be 30 degrees. So I know this is x root 3. And then our last side right here is going to be 2x. Looks like we have an equation to solve here. So if 2x equals 14, when we divide both sides by 2, x is going to be 7. Y'all, that's 7 right there. And that is going to be 7 root 3. So down here in our answer box, let's go ahead and write what LM is. LM is x root 3, but I know that x is 7. So LM is 7 root 3. MN is going to be just plain x because it's by the 60. Y'all, it's always half the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse was 14 equals 2x. We got x to be 7, so M to N is just 7. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. So for the next one, I've got my 60-degree angle there, so I know that's plane X. I don't have my 30 already printed. I'm going to draw that. So that's x root 3. And then, of course, my hypotenuse on a 30, 60, 90 is 2x. Okay, looks like we have a key down here. I've got some really important information. So I know that 2 root 5 equals x. But what about the other sides? What about x root 3? What about your hypotenuse, which is 2x? How are we going to figure that out? That's our main piece right there. So remember, 2.5 equals x. So if 2.5 equals x, then x root 3 equals 2 root 5 times root 3. I'm not done with that. I'm going to put a star there. Now, let's talk about this last piece. Remember, your hypotenuse is 2x, but what is x? X is 2 root 5. So my hypotenuse is 2 root 5 times 2. I'm going to put a star there. Now, let's talk about this guy right here, this middle piece of my work. Remember, it's 2 root 5 times root 3. Now, when you have two square roots together, remember you can multiply those underneath the same square root symbol. So that's going to be 5 times 3, and 5 times 3 is 15. So L2M is going to be 2 square root 15. And then I would check to see if there's perfects hiding out in there to simplify that, but there's not. So that's going to be our final answer. Let's talk about Ln. Ln, remember, is the hypotenuse, and Ln is going to be my last line of work. Now look, y'all, this 2 is not inside the square root symbol, so that 2 is going to get multiplied by the regular 2 that's not inside the square root symbol. So Ln is going to be 4 square roots of 5. Okay, let's turn the page. So here we are with examples 3 and 4. For examples 3 and 4, you're going to do on your own. And remember, you can always ask questions in class.